Good morning, cadets. Tributes to Bharat Ratna Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam on his Punya Tithi. He was an epitome of intellect, wisdom, simplicity, a people's president who left indelible marks on several fields ranging from science to politics. His relentless quest for knowledge continues to inspire and capture the idea of self reliant India. So, we'll be continuing the chapter, My Childhood. I'll be taking up the question answers.
Now it is
So, we'll be doing the exercise. What do you know about APJ Kalam's family after reading the childhood, My Childhood? Dr. APJ Kalam tells that his family was a Tamil middle class family from Rameshwaram. His father, Jainuddin, was not much educated, wasn't rich, but was generous, wise, simple man, strict and severe. His mother, Ashiamma, was a generous lady and she used to feed unlimited members of people in the home. Kalam's family respected all religion. They took part in Hindu festivals. His mother and grandmother told him stories from Ramayana and Quran. They showed always love on their children and never force their thoughts on them. So definitely we have lot of things to learn from Kalam and his family. Question number 2. What incident took place at Rameshwaram Elementary School when a new teacher came to class? Kalam and Ramanand Shastri were very good friends. Kalam was a Muslim, Ramanand Shastri was a Hindu Brahmin. Kalam used to wear a white cap, and Ramanand Shastri wore a sacred thread which marked him to be a Brahmin. When the new teacher came, he could not tolerate a Hindu priest's son sitting with a Muslim boy. So the teacher had a very, very narrow mentality. The teacher could not tolerate a Hindu priest's son sitting with a Muslim boy. He ordered Kalam to go and sit on the back bench. This made Ramanand Shastri very sad because he was his best friend. Abdul Kalam started to sit in the last row, but it left a bad and lasting impression on his mind. At that time, he understood the society was based on caste and religion. But the kids narrated the incident to their parents. As a result, the teacher was scolded and reprimanded, and the teacher was asked to apologize and asked not to spread communalism and hatred among children. That is how Kalam understood that in the society. Question number 3. How did Kalam earn his first wages? How did he feel at that time? Dr. Kalam was only 8 years old when the Second World War broke out in 1939. Then there was a great demand for tamarind seeds. Abdul Kalam used to collect those seeds and sell them in the market. His cousin Samsudin distributed newspapers. The train would not stop at Rameshwaram, and the bundles of newspapers were thrown from the running train. Abdul Kalam was employed by his cousin to collect them. This way, he earned his first wages and he felt very proud on earning his first wage. Question number 4. Once you decide to change the system, such problems have to be confronted. What system is being referred to in the chapter My Childhood? What are such problems? So, if we look back into history also, we have seen great reformers, Gandhiji, who tried to abolish untouchability, Raja Ram Mohan Rai, who decided to abolish the sati system. All of them failed, all of them faced a lot of problems. So when we decide to change some system, definitely problems come. System means in this lesson discrimination on the basis of religion. This system includes the narrow mindedness and poison of social inequality and communal intolerance. Brahmins did not allow Muslims to enter their kitchen. The science teacher, a rebel by nature. So there was a very rigid society during those times, and Brahmins will not allow Muslims into their kitchen, and all such discrimination was there. But Kalam had a teacher, science teacher, who was rebellious by nature. He was a Hindu Brahmin, but he wanted all the communities to mingle and have good interaction. So he found that Kalam was very intelligent. So he invited Kalam to his home and proved that if one is determined to face problems and change the system, he will definitely succeed. So the teacher thought that charity begins at home. If we want to change the society, first we have to do or bring changes at home. So his wife only was very orthodox and conservative. She thought that Brahmins are superior community and they should not dine with other community. So she did not like Kalam coming to their house. So the science teacher very maturely behaved and he served food to Dr. Kalam. He did not force his wife to do it. He thought that he has to become a role model, an example. So he did it. Then his wife understood what message her husband wanted to give her. So he says, when we decide to change the system, there will be many problems, and we should not be afraid of the problems. Though such indifferences come in everybody's life, but a person should have a broader outlook and overcome the obstacles. One should always be ready for obstacles when one has decided to change the whole system. Next question. How was the science teacher Shiva Subramanya Iyer, though an orthodox Brahmin with a very conservative wife, friend of Dr. Kalam? Give incidents. The science teacher Shiva Subramanya Iyer wanted to break the social barriers between the Hindus and Muslims. So this science teacher, he belonged to a orthodox Brahmin family, but he felt that all the people should mingle with each other and have good interaction. He wanted to break the social barriers. He wanted Kalam to be highly educated as he recognized his intelligence. One day, he invited him over a meal. His Orthodox wife was totally horrified at the idea of a Muslim boy dining in her ritually pure kitchen. He did not mind and did not say anything to his conservative wife. He rather served food to Kalam with his own hands, and he also sat with Dr. Kalam and they dined together. And Kalam was a bit upset, but the teacher invited him again please come next week to have food with me. So it was a message to his wife. Though Kalam was hesitating, he came next week, and there was a sea change, a drastic change in the teacher's wife. She served food to Dr. Kalam. Thus, this shows that the science teacher Shiva Subramanya Iyer was a friend of Dr. Kalam, even though he was a Muslim and he belonged to the Orthodox Brahmin community. Next, we have value based questions. Every lesson or every uh, great man, if we look into their life, we get some values, some lessons. Childhood is the formative period of a child's life. The lesson learned here always stays with a person. So, if we have a good upbringing and good childhood, definitely it will be reflected in your personality. Dr. APJ Kalam, as you know, was one of the finest scientists of our country and the 11th President of India. From his autobiography, Wings of Fire, it is amply clear that lessons which he has learned from his childhood has not only shaped his personality but also decided the kind of person he or we become. So, childhood is definitely the formative period of a child's life, and the lessons we learn during childhood stays with us lifelong. He learned the lessons of religious tolerance because his grandmother and mother used to tell him stories both from Quran and Ramayan. They did not think that Kalam should be limited to Quran because we are Muslims. They told him stories about Ramayan also. Then honesty, self discipline, these are the values he learned very early in his life. So these qualities stayed with him throughout his life and helped him to become the finest president of our country with so many diverse culture. India, you know, is unity in diversity. All caste, religion, language, people, they reside together. So that is the unique feature of India. And Dr. Kalam was the president who was known as People's President. One more value based question. What characteristics have you inherited from your parents? How can this characteristic help you in accomplishment of your goal? A very beautiful question. It's a personal question. I'll be reading the model answer for you, but you can answer it in your own way. There are many things we get from our parents and we love them because of that qualities in them. So it's a personal thing. You can write your own answer. One of the cadet can volunteer first before I read the model answer. What are the qualities you have inherited from your parents?
Ma'am, we inherit
Hey,
many
I
characteristics.
inherited. I inherited.
Ma'am, I inherited many of the characteristics from my parents, like working hard and never saying lies
Very good.
and and being honest to everyone,
Good.
and most of all caring for each another,
So love for all the living beings. Good. Very
and
good.
never discriminate others, like
Yeah.
upper class, middle class, on the base of religious.
Okay. So now I'll read the model answer. Hard work, honesty, humility, not humbleness, humility, self discipline, etc. So, I have inherited all these qualities from my parents. They make us determined and grow passion to learn more. Self discipline keeps us temptation at bay. You will not get tempted easily. Those who are self control or those who are having self discipline, they will not fall prey for temptation. Nobody can lead them anywhere, mislead them anywhere. They will remain as they are. So these things make us good human beings and we inculcate value of love towards all. We should be able to tolerate and love all. That's a unique quality. Second value based question. A friend in need is a friend indeed. That is a proverb which comes to my mind when I read this question. So, good friends can be very tough to come in life. To get good friend, a true friend is very difficult. But if we have a good friend, it makes all the difference in our life. What attitude and responsibility one should have towards their friends? What values does friends enhance? So, if we recall the example of friendship, the first thing that comes is to our mind must be Krishna Sudhama. So, that friendship with a poor Brahmin Lord Krishna had, and he recognizes him when they grow up, and Sudhama visits his palace, and he does not ask Lord Krishna anything, but by seeing him, Lord Krishna understands his poor financial abilities. So he grants him everything when Sudama even does not ask him also. So good friends can be tough to come, but when they come, they make all the difference in our life. So the answer is friends are for life. Give them due respect. If you happen to meet a true friend, don't think about their caste, creed, religion, where they belong. Give them due respect because some friends are for life. Help them in time of need and be their strength and not weakness. Share their pain, sorrows, and happiness. And the value of friend is enhanced. Both should have sharing, caring, and respect for each other. I need not tell all this to my cadets. Being in a residential school, I'm really proud that my cadets have long lasting friendship, which becomes Ajit Alumni Association. Their bonds are so strong in means they develop a strong bond in 7 years that it becomes a lifelong affair. So definitely in Sainik School, Bijapur, cadets can say that they are friends for life and they share everything with each other. They play together, dine together, they study together. So in Sainik School, Bijapur, we have seen two true friendships and they blossom and grow with years. So this is a question which cadets can understand very nicely that friendship is the value we learn from the chapter My Childhood, wherein Dr. Kalam, after occupying the highest post, that is the President of India, he still remembers his friends Ramanand Shastri, Arvind, who did not rise to high positions. Ramanand Shastri became the head priest and Arvindan became the railway contractor. But he knows that he has spent the most beautiful part of his life with them. So he has the fondest memories with his childhood friends, and there is a special mention of these friends in his autobiography, Wings of Fire. Thank you.